Good evening, everybody. What's happening? Welcome in. And here we go. Tonight is a odd one. I can't say it's not a little odd night tonight. It's going to definitely be a little different. Christmas in January. Who would have thought, right? Christmas in January. That's what we're going to be doing for the next probably half hour to 40 minutes. And then we'll move on from there. Okay, let's get this bad boy cut in half. So yeah, good evening, John. How are you? Thinking time. Good evening, Jonas. Colleen, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in on TikTok. Welcome in on YouTube. It is a pleasure to have you this evening, and we're going to have a fun night. Again, we have Christmas in January. We got to do some ornaments. Yeah. Can you believe it? It's okay, though. The design itself is kind of cool. I don't have a problem with it. But this is the dragonfly we did last night. I thought I'd bring it out and just show everybody because people are going to ask, but there it is. So there is the dragonfly sculpture from last night. It came out absolutely freaking stunning. In all honesty, it's one of the better things I've done in a while for design. I like the hummingbird one too, to be honest. Then we got the pink running through it. Look at that. So that is the blacklight reaction to it. It is amazing. What's up, Matt? How are you? Good evening. Kadesh, what's up? All right, let's go. Let's do it. Let's get these ornaments done. I might break up the monotony and do an ornament, then something else, an ornament, something else. We might break up a monotony a little bit. Hello, Dragonfly. All right, we got Dragonfly in the house, so yeah. Chat, we got Dragonfly and John in the house. Chat should be safe. What's up, Denise? How are you? Okay, let's get this thing pulled out. Going to add the white and red, twist it up, spiral it, make it do its thing, and we'll go from there. We'll see what the mood is. We'll check out the mood later. Let's get this one out of the done. Oh, that's awesome, John. Yeah, every morning was like Christmas, right? You did, Colleen. I think Stephanie registered. I think Stephanie replied to you, Colleen. I just wanted to bring it out here. I know that you wanted it, and if not, someone else wanted it. But we do have... I wanted to bring it out because people will ask about it. But yes, you did. I got you. All right, here we go. We're going to preheat this. And we're going to apply the color. I didn't pull these points very straight. I feel a little oddball with it. I did not pull this one straight. Not a good thing. What's up, Groves? How are you doing? Groves Glass Gallery, Dragonfly Creation. Both are glass blowers. And they are on TikTok and I think YouTube. I'm not sure about Groves, but I know Dragonfly's on YouTube. So definitely go check them out, especially on TikTok. I know they're there. And Dragonfly, I just saw that had made an awesome little flower. Spot on. Fiery Mom actually told me about it. She was so impressed. What's up, J-Dub? How are you? Leslie, good evening. Just on TikTok? Well, we got to change that, Groves. All right, let's get the white on here. I'm still working on the Instagram thing, too. That may take a minute. All right, let's go this way. So we're going to do a little POV with the Meta glasses tonight. Hey, Meta, record. All right, so we are making Christmas in July. Or January. Holy moly. I just updated us by 6 months. We time traveled. All right, there we are. We got the white all done. Let's get the red on here and see what the heck happens. And there we are. So this is the white that we got. We're going to add the red. And this is a trippy color. I don't know about this batch. This is a light red Elvis. But this is the odds that I was telling you all about. So I don't know if this is going to do the same thing as regular red Elvis. I'm going to bring it through. We're going to stripe it all the way down. We're going to come over here. So remember I was talking about odds for my glass blowers. The glass comes in 3 qualities. First quality, odds, and then seconds. Seconds are the ones you want to avoid unless you're brand new. And it really doesn't matter what the color is off by. Odds are my favorite. I think they're the richest and most dense color. And then first run if odds aren't available. All right, now we got all that done. Hey, Meta, stop recording. Okay, so we got all the stripes on there. I don't know if the red's going to strike up early. I think it will. I think we'll get a little red to it. We're going to find out real quick, though. So we got to bring this out and spin it to the front. Hey, Meta, record. So we're going to attach it here, and we're going to just twist this and get a nice little spiral at the end there. Basically bringing all the colors front and center right to the top dead center here. TDC, like that. Hey, Meta, stop recording. All right, there we go. So now we got all the colors bringing front and center. Next step, we're going to blow it out. This is where we kind of heat everything up. We're going to blow it open and create the ball itself. Not really a ball, though. Could be candy shaped. Yeah, we are definitely back at it. I'm at it every day. This is my job. This is my job until AI comes and takes it from me. Until then, I'm going strong. And here we go. A little bit more. All right, I got them a little off center here. Before I blow this out, I definitely have to readjust the front center portion here, or it will not work. So we're just readjusting that spiral in the front. And there we go. Much better. And we're going to blow this open. We want to keep it kind of disc shaped, kind of like the peppermint candies. And we're going to flatten it out. Bring it down. Hey, Meta, record. All right, I think we got a nice spiral going on there. Hopefully you guys get a little glimpse of the spiral. I'm not sure you guys are going to be able to see that. All right, we got to pop a little hole in here. I might just have to change over to Elvis. I'm not confident in this color. I think I'm going to remake. I'm going to grab Elvis. I'm sure this will look good in the end, but right now I cannot take a chance on making 4 of them and then having to remake 4. So we're going to grip it there, burn it off here, and yeah, we're going to redo this one. Sorry, it's going to take me a little bit longer to do these. Hey, Meta, stop recording. How do I know when it's ready? Experience. Pretty much just experience. You got to feel the glass out. You get a kind of feel for when it's moving, when it's not moving, how it's reacting, how it's not reacting. It's just a feel. And when it's right, it's right. And that's plain old experience. All right, we're burning this off here. At least you got a good sizzle there. What's up, Nicole? Oh, that one popped. Hey, Meta, stop recording. Yeah, we should definitely redo this guy. We're going to put a hook on it, and it should be okay. It's still sellable. It'll definitely strike up red, I can tell. But it's just not getting as red as I want it. Okay, we're going to grip it there. Put a little hook on it. Like that. Seal it up. Right up there. Round it out. And make sure we're straight. Yeah, it's coming in a little red, not like it should with the red Elvis. We're definitely going to change over. I thought the odds might be rich enough to do it, but they didn't. So right now we just got a semi-swirl going. You guys can't see the red, but this next one's going to happen. Oops, got a little stringer. So while we're at it, we made this earlier today. I am going to separate it right now and put it in the back of the kiln before I go grab any rods. So we're going to come here, and you guys can see this little guy right here. We made this one. I love the back end of this coloring. It looks like an agate. What's up, Tater? So we made this one earlier today. And back there. And we're going to try our new view. Y'all ready for it? Here we go. Boop. Now you guys get the close-up view. And there we are. So there is the close-up. Close-up view is cool, right? Oop, almost dropped this piece. Can you believe that? And then we just come right back. Like magic. What's up, Bayo? How are you? Okay, we're going to go to side view. So I want to show you guys the flower, and then we got to get to making peppermint swirls. This was an experimental color we did today. I am absolutely in love with this blue. It is Silky Blue. I am officially naming it Silky Blue. Or Blue Silk. I don't care how you want to phrase it, but look at how beautiful that is. No fuming required. None. Look at that. I don't know if it has any black light. Nope, no black light. Isn't that beautiful? I am calling that Silky Blue. Okay, let me get red Elvis all set up. So we're going to get rid of the light red Elvis up here, because we do not want to mix colors up. And I think that is all the red Elvis we have. I think this is normal Elvis. I believe it is. I'm going to park it to the side just to be sure. So yeah, this is one color here. This is light red. It's not working. I'm going to grab the other red. We're going to park it up here. And we're going to make the peppermint swirls. Move everything over here. Sorry, I'm just moving my color around. And I don't have time to sort through it. We're just going to open it up like this. So this is how I get it. When you get 5-pound bundles, you get it kind of chunked up like that. And we're just going to open it up. And I will clean up the rest later. All right. There we go. John, what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't even start. Don't want to do that. All right, let's make a good version of this. Let's do it. I cannot wait to get my liquid tank tomorrow too. Oh my God, I'm so missing my liquid tank. I got to be careful on my flame. I can't run it at full bore. In fact, I do need to set it up though, because I'll blow through the oxygen so fast. We'll like run out before the stream ended. What's up, John? Jonathan Harbert. Okay, we're going to go through. Rain. I'm sorry, Rain. Karma, what's up? Okay. See how cold it is? Breath coming off me. It's a little cold. It's a little chilly. What did I cut it with? A knife. Okay, that is a little point. I am in Washington State. I don't know if I'll have snow. Oh, that is carbon steel. But in all honesty, you do not need to buy a carbon steel blade. You can literally use a file. Just go get a file with a sharp edge on it. Just, beep, it'll come right off. All right, this one's wobbly too. I am not going to take the chance on it going wobbly like that first one. So we're going to straighten it out before we even begin. I'm going to show you what a wobble looks like and how to fix it, because even after 32 years, I get wobbles. What's up, Mike? So you're going to see here, well, maybe that's not the best view. Well, you know what? We got a new camera view. Let's see if it works. All right, so this is the wobble. Bring it around. You can see it kind of right at the end opposite of the flame. It just kind of bounces around a little weird. And we don't want that. I don't want any weeble wobbles. We are making Christmas ornaments. Believe it or not, we have Christmas in January. We have orders for peppermint swirls. But honestly, this can go all year round. If you have a candy store or a candy theme or something like that, these go all year round. You don't necessarily have to have it on a tree. All right, so I got to fix this before we even begin, because my point is crooked. And to fix it, you just heat it up like that, pull it apart just a little. We're pulling a little bit apart and down, and then just let it do its thing. And now we're back to straight. No wobbles. All right, we're going to separate this. Welcome in. We are doing some ornaments right now. I'm thinking we might break it apart a little bit, do a few other things in between ornaments, but let's see how fast we get these done, what happens with them, and see what happens before we go too far. No promises. All right, we're going to lay down the white stripes. And this is the peppermint swirl candy. So it kind of looks like one of those peppermint mints that gets wrapped in little cellophane when you go to a restaurant and they hand you little peppermints. Same thing. Just a little crunchier. I should be able to just split and divide this. All right. Now, we do have the natural red Elvis, the good stuff. Colleen, thank you for the jewels. Appreciate that. The Sunday. So we got the regular red Elvis. We're going to apply it. I'm going to show you what red Elvis does. We're actually going to go to side view. No, we're going to do up close. Let's do it up close. I now have the new view. All right, we're going to bring it up here. We're going to apply it. Like that. I'm going to bring it back out. We're going to bring it right up here and keep your eye on that center right there. Keep your eye on there. Look at the end. You'll see it start getting red. And then it's going to start morphing red all the way down. Watch. And bingo. Bale, thank you. Oh, Bale, you can have any color you want whatsoever. Any color. Yeah, this is available with anything. I've done it in purple and green, brown, and mint. So like the chocolate mint ones. Yeah, we can have mint, any color. Yeah, this is not limited by color. Can do any of them. We've even done black and white. Oddly enough, the purple one was not my favorite. I wasn't real super happy with it. It looked good, but I wasn't like, oh my God, that's awesome. The gold fume and white looked good. The gold fume and cobalt with white looked good. But purple, no. I just wasn't impressed. And thank you again for that super chat. Bale, big shout out. Thank you so much for that super chat. That helps my live stream a tremendous amount. Not only financially, but it helps it with the algorithm. By the way, the more you guys are chatting, the better it helps my algorithm. So if you have questions, shout out. Yeah, purple and black look really good, as long as it is in the right framework. So the only black I would use is one that's called Galaxy. Am I doing the Canacopia challenge in Oregon? Nope. I don't even know what it is. Honestly, I don't even know what that is. I'm sure it has something to do with the cannabis stuff. But yeah, no. Do I do CFL glass? Sometimes, if it's something that someone wants. We're making a peppermint swirl. This is ornaments in January. But it's one of the ornaments that can hang up all year round. It's not limited to just Christmas. So if you have a candy store, or let's say you have a really cool arcade room that has a gumball machine, you can hang these around it. It just looks good. All right, we are going to kick on larger flame. Just temporarily kick it back down. And just bring it in. And we're just shrinking everything down right now. Creating a little bobble here. Then we're going to blow it open into a bubble. From a bobble to a bubble. Okay, let it cool off a little. Okay, that's more like it. That's definitely better. So we'll bring it out. Watch the red start to morph. We're going to leave it just a little bit. You're going to start seeing it morph into darker and darker sections in the front as it starts doing it right now. And like abracadabra magic, it just appears. Like that. And I need to find a good spot to put this thing on. So this little spot right here is where the hook will go. I pop a little hole in here so I can finish it. When I go to finish the whole thing off, we just kind of cover that little hole up with the hook. Just a baby little hole. Just a tiny bit. going to attach a punty rod here. I'm going to zoom in on this spot because a lot of people don't get a chance to see this up close. So we're going to do a quick zoom while that punty is curing. Here we go. We're going to punch right in. All right, you guys get to see the actual portion here getting done. I'll leave it on a small flame too. Well, let me heat it up for a second, just a second. Get it hot. I don't want to take forever to do it. And there we are. All right, come on. It's taking a minute to heat. It's taking way longer than it should because I'm trying to show you guys this flame cut. Next time I do this, I'll have a little tighter flame on here. This one is not big enough for what I'm supposed to do here, but we'll manage. Now you can see the twisting happening. We're pulling it right off. Like that. And we're all good on that. We're left with that. Okay, punch it back out. Boom. I'm getting a little steam bath right now. That point was definitely cooling down. Thank you, Bale. Thank you for the shares. I appreciate that. Honestly, I really appreciate it. All right, we're going to punch in for the hook now, too, because a lot of people have asked me about how I do this. So we're going to punch it in, and we're going to do it up close and personal look with the actual hook. Nope, I don't want to use that. That's my holding rod. So we're going to come right up and close here. So we start fusing it right in the front, right above the hook, not over it, right above it. Pull down. And loop and swoop. Then pull straight up, not out. Up, 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 up. You do not want to pull outward. There, we're all good. All right, how do you guys like the new look? I'm thinking I have to hotkey that thing in, that camera, but I think it's worth it. Let me tap that off. Tap it off. I like the punch in. I'm liking it. I may have to move the camera a little bit, but for the most part, I'm pretty good. Oop, it is definitely wobbly. All right, we're good. So there we are. All right, let me get one more of those out of the way and we'll change up. We'll mix it in. I know it. Well, if I move it a tad to the right, this is where 90% of my work gets done, right here. Sorry. So let's punch it in. This is where 90% of the work happens. If I move it over, you're going to miss out on a lot of the detail. You will definitely miss out on the stuff that happens. All you're going to see is the flame. You won't see any of the other stuff. So kind of that's my worry about doing that. Make a grilled cheese? I don't do grilled cheese. I do peanut butter and jelly. So take it or leave it, Bobby. Paso, what's up? Let's go. Here we go. I'm loving this. We're going to make one more peppermint swirl, and then we'll mix it up with something else. And go back and finish the 2 more peppermint swirls, and I'll be done with that order. I just don't feel accomplished unless I get it half done. Peanut butter and marshmallow fluff, I just had that. So Betty Warren on TikTok sent me fluff, and I just had that. It was pretty awesome. It was very good, but I grew up on peanut butter and jelly, so it's kind of my thing. If you grew up on fluff, I'm imagining fluff would be your thing. Nothing wrong with either way. All right, here we go. All right, let's preheat this up and lay the stripes down, twist it up. There we go. So right now we're just going to warm it up. I know, fluffernutter, it really depends on what you grew up with, How long does it take to make the swirls? I'll be done in like 4 or 5 minutes max. My schedule is very hectic. My schedule is insane, to be honest. All right. We have everything preheated. Let's add the white back in here. Then we're going to do the red. You guys want an up close of the color being applied or keep it distance out? Bring it in. All right, let me add one more on here. I am going to move the camera just a touch, but I may pop it backwards a little bit, fit a little more in the picture, but we'll see. I definitely have to hotkey it though. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the object itself really isn't in the flame that much. So this is in the flame. This is staying, the main piece is actually pretty much out of the flame. I'm going to put one more down. There. And bring it back. What's up, L to the B? L to the B's in the house. Loving it. All right, let's apply the red. Thank you for the music bubbles, L to the B. Appreciate you. And here we go. And one more. There we go. All right, we are going to bring it in. I'm going to try another little fun project here. Let's see if I can get this right. Really? No, it's not doing it, damn it. Okay. I was going to try and back view, but with a filter, but it's not doing the filter. Okay, let's tighten this up. My day is good, L to the B, thank you. How was your day? We are doing the peppermint swirl. This is ornament in January. I kept saying July. I kept doing timeline jumps here. I kept saying we were in July, but yeah, we're in January. All right, so we got to heat this whole thing up, and then we're going to blow it out, flatten it a little bit. Let's kick on the larger fire for just a moment. And there we go. Okay, so we're going to bring this down a little bit, squish it down. We're going to blow it open. It's going to keep it super thick, create a nice little bobble, and we're going to flatten it out so it turns into the peppermint swirl. There we are. We got to squish it down now. And there we go. Okay, we are going to do something here. We're going to record. Do I sign my work? Not really. I don't like signing my work, to be honest. Thank you for the marvelous confetti pops. And the reason I don't like signing it is I think it ruins it. Wherever you put a signature, it looks like you're scratching onto it. I think the actual form factor should be your signature. You know, I don't mind sending somebody a certificate of authenticity with an item. I have those available with a picture of your item and that I made it. But I don't do signature. I actually really don't like it. I don't need my name on it to be happy. All right. Let's zoom it in. Let's try this again. Okay, we're going to try it again. And hopefully you guys can see that pretty good. I think the view is actually looking pretty good. See? I'm going to bring it right in. How does blowing it make a pop of a small halt? Well, it heats up and the air has to go out. It just leaves. So you guys can see that twist. Man, I like this view a lot better. This is nice to punch in every once in a while so y'all can see I don't have to stretch across the bench. No stretching needed now. There. Got that. And there we go. Yeah, we do lots of memorial stuff. That is one of my specialties. Yeah, memorial glass is a specialty of mine. All right, so here we go. We're going to meld this in. Got a beautiful little peppermint stick going. Peppermint stick. Jesus, I could not speak tonight. You guys are getting full entertainment out of me now. I could not talk. Not kidding. You guys are getting a show. Welcome in. If you are just joining us, we will be making various items tonight. Right now we just finished peppermint swirl. And to break up the monotony, we'll do something else. I think we'll try a butterfly. What do you guys think? Butterfly? I'm not real good at the butterflies yet, but I think we should do a butterfly. I should practice. I like making the butterfly. I got to perfect it. Well, thank you so much for the memberships. What about Wigwag? Will you be teaching that soon? Oh man, Wigwag, so there's like 1 million videos on that. You don't need to learn that from me. Go check out YouTube. There's a ton of Wigwag videos. I'd rather teach you something else that is not readily available. I'd rather spend my time doing that. Like actually how to pull a point. I can't believe how many people don't know how to pull a point. It's insane. All right, I'm going to bring this camera up close again. Let's check it out one more time. There we are. And now look how much easier it is to zoom in on that. So now we got peppermint swirl. That's so much easier. Holy crap. Yeah, so I do the butterfly layered wings. Yeah, we definitely do layered wings on the butterfly. Yeah, let's do the butterfly. I'm not real happy about trying it, but we'll do it anyway. This is that teal color we made. I don't want to do the butterfly out of teal. We're going to do it out of a color changing glass. If I have enough amber purple here, we'll do it out of amber purple. All right, we'll do it out of amber purple. Actually, we should do it out of Mai Tai. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab a cool color. We're going to do the butterfly out of a cool color. Let me grab it. I don't want to waste my time doing it out of a crappy color. Well, not crappy, but you know what you guys mean. There we go. Whew, this is going to be a cool color to work with. Is it possible to swirl with dichroic glass? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, dichro is pretty easy to work once you get used to it. Have you ever done a dragonfly? I'll just leave that right there. There. This looks really cool too. Look at that pink that came in on that. Isn't that cool? That's Lucy in there. I was not a big fan of Lucy for a long time, but we have been incorporating it. Actually, I have to thank Dragonfly for that. Dragonfly and Terry for helping me with the Lucy, getting out of my stubbornness with it. Let's do some Mountain Dew. Jig, if the glass exists, I've made it, or messed with it, or played with it. And for those of you that don't know, I invented borosilicate glow-in-the-dark. We'll just do one more shot before we do the butterfly. I'll show you what glow-in-the-dark actually looks like. We're going to go to side view. We're going to bring this big chunk of Boro Glow in, and boom. So watch this. This is how bright my glow-in-the-dark is. In the daylight, all this lighting in here, and it still glows. Tell me that's not insane. I know, do the do. All right, we're going to make the butterfly. This color that I'm using is called Mega Mai Tai. It is part of the amber purple family. And I love this color. I don't have a lot of it, so I really don't want to waste this. So I'm going to be really careful to take my time with it and make it look good. Please tell me I have one little tiny chunk of 6 millimeters. Ah, here we go. Perfect. This is what I needed. Do I have pieces that glow in the dark? Yeah, all the time. Yeah, absolutely. We definitely do a lot of glow in the dark stuff. All right. So we're going, I might actually punch in on this. We'll see. We might punch in on the process here. We got to pull this little tiny chunk off. There we go. So this is the Mai Tai. Okay, looks like not a whole lot, right? Here we go. I'm going to really tune this down. That's what I love about this Phantom Flame. I could tune it way down. We could sharpen it way up like that. All right, so we're going to grip it and rip it. Keep bringing it out. And then up a little. Okay, we got part of it done. So we'll punch in for 1 second. So I can show you guys where we're at so far. We got part of the wing done. And we're going to pull it back. Got to reattach it, and then we got to do the bottom part of the butterfly wing. Clean that up. All right, partially done. We got 1/2 done. So I am still practicing on these guys. They are not 100% yet, but we got half a butterfly wing there. So you can kind of see it starting to form up right there. We're going to park that in the kiln, keep it warm, and make wing number 2. Then we'll assemble it. We'll do some assembly. So these are practice for me. I'm not 100% confident in these yet. Butterfly's been kind of my nemesis. It's something I don't want to give up on, though. I definitely don't want to give up on making them. I want to get this down. Unlike the horse. The horse I just gave up on. Not doing a horse. I like horses. I'm just not making one. All right, let's get this thing built. Let's smooth that out. Nope. Redo. Try it again. That was not going the way I wanted it. Sorry, I'm just focused for 1 second here. And there we go. That's a little better. A little bit better right there. So we're going to take it and do the bottom half of the butterfly. Then we'll assemble it. Okay, let's bring this down and separate here. Pull that big chunk right there off. That was a chunker. All right, I can live with that for the moment. So there we got wing number 2 portioned out. We'll bring it in. So there is butterfly wing number 2. Once it's up and down, you can kind of see the shape of it happening. Until then, it looks like dog crap. And I'm just being brutal on myself with it. It does look like crap, though, until it's all done. Okay, let's build the butterfly body and go from there. We're going to build the butterfly body real quick. We're actually going to use some butterscotch, mix it in, create a little bit of a fluff enough with it. Fluff-a-nutter. We'll do a fluff-a-nutter. Should use white for that, though. So we're just mixing color real quick, just kind of putting it together. I don't need it super organic or uniform. Just a little like that. Okay, we got that. Little wide section there, gonna bring it down. Separate it right there. Then we're gonna add the head separate. I always remove it and add a head secondary to it. To me, it delineates a clean line for any object or animal. So that's why I take it apart and then I reassemble it, because I think it just makes a cleaner line. Remove a little bit off here because there's too much. bring it back down. All right, so we got the head portion done, the body done. We're going to pull it to a tiny little tip at the tail so I can assemble my wings, and then I'll be able to remove that super fast and easy. Because once you got those wings on there, you do not want to have to hassle with trying to disassemble this last little bit. That's always the nightmare. When you get everything assembled, you got all these little fragile parts on there, and you got this big attachment. And then you got to figure out how to remove it. So I pull it down like this. Then when I go to disassemble, I can disassemble it way up there. But there's not much glass to grip off of. Tap that off. And before we go too far, we're going to put two little eyeballs on here. We're going to do it out of blue. Okay, so we got the body pretty much done. See if I could tap up. So we got the body of it pretty much done, just kind of little worm looking thing. And we're going to assemble it, and hopefully it looks fantastic. I'm going to pull this a little bit out because I think I can reshape it just a little. All right. So we got half a wing on. We'll punch it in. So we got half on right now. We're going to work on the other half and see what it looks like. I might have made the body way too big though. And this wing might be too small. It's a little small, but I can fix it. I can fix it via mid-assembly here. Yeah, we definitely have to make some alterations here. This is why I don't like when it's new projects. I'll show you something that you don't want to be dyslexic with. Ready? I'm going to show you total mistakes. Okay, this is unscripted, unrehearsed. And I'm going to show you what my life as a dyslexic is. Dang it, still have to pull a little more. Hold on, I gotta fix this. Actually, I can just cut this one down. I don't have to elongate that one anymore. There, evened it out. So this is what dyslexia as a glass blower looks like. Ready? What's wrong with the bottom picture? See the tail going one way and the tail going the other way. One of these things doesn't belong. So we gotta fix that. Welcome to my life. That's how you can tell it's unscripted. But I can fix it. I'll trim this one down just a little to match it. That looks so much better. It's in a strong breeze. That's funny. All right, let's show you the colors though. We'll pull over to the side view. So this is what I love about this color. Y'all ready? Is that not beautiful? That is Mega Mai Tai. Yeah, totally weird, right? Oop. I'm not a huge... I still have a lot of work to do on this guy, but we'll get there. It's a good start for a butterfly. I'm on the right path. I'm definitely on the right path. Then we'll just park it in the kiln. Monarchs? Yeah, we could do monarch. We're a little behind on orders, but yeah, it would take me a while to get. It would take me a while to actually get the monarch done, but yeah, we could definitely do monarchs. Okay, so peppermint swirl again. Let me get the last two peppermint swirls done, and we'll be free of them. Hello, Red Squeak. Yeah, we made the dragonfly yesterday. That is this guy right here. So this is the dragonfly from yesterday. There's the tail. It's kind of hard. It's almost off screen. And then there's the flower for it. And then it does have the UV reaction to it. So it has the little Lucy built into the body. It looks good. Yeah, that piece came out absolutely stunning. I love it. Now that's a pretty piece right there. It's an ever evolving learning process. It's ever evolving. Yeah, antennas, you could put them on, but shipping is not a pleasant thing with the little antennas on there. You know, and it's not the shipping. If I put antennas on it, it's someone unwrapping it. Because the antennas are so fragile on something like that, that when they go to unwrap it, if they pull tissue paper or bubble wrap, you can pull the antenna right off. 99% of the problems come from that. It isn't necessarily the shipping, it's the unwrapping of an item. All right, let's warm this up. You know what? We're going to punch in on the filter. We're going to punch it in, and we're going to use the filter. Y'all ready? We're going to punch it right in here. And we're good now. Let's go ahead and punch it in. So we'll drop the filter up here, and now you guys can see exactly. It's a lot better view that way. I mean, you're still missing a little bit, but versus that. See the difference? And that's kind of cool too, because I don't have to hold it way in the hell out there. Okay, let's get this party started here. Add on white. Red Squeak, thank you very much, Red Squeak, for the Aurora Borealis photos. By the way, I forgot to say thank you. Thank you for sending them. I really appreciate it. Should be on Netflix season. I don't want to do Netflix. Thank you for that, but I don't want to be on Blown Away. I really don't. The way they structure it, it's not my style. I've seen the show, and it's a cool show. It brings lots of popularity to the industry, but it's just not my style. You know, unless they change the format a little bit, I don't want to be on there. Okay, here we go. And one more. So we got all the white stripes down. We're good to go on that. We'll punch it in. I'm kind of having fun with this camera, I'm sorry. So we bring it in. You can see we got little white stripes all the way. Guess I got to trim my goatee up a little. No, I got to keep it clean if I'm going to be punching that in. All right, we're going to add the red. For those of you that have not seen the red before, this is a very magical color. It loves to go completely transparent while it's hot. And then when it cools off a little, it comes back to red. It's a magical morphing color. And I'm going to show you in real time what it does. Y'all ready? We're going to punch in. And I want you to keep an eye on that center right there, that center piece right in front of me. Just keep your eye in between, right dead center. You're going to see the red start to magically morph right back in front of your eyes. Like that. It's a very cool color. It's fun to work, but it's also, if you are a new glass blower, it's a pain in the butt. Because as you're working the glass, it stays completely transparent and you cannot see where the red is. You can see every color but the red. So you kind of have to guess where you placed it and hope that you're not blending into it. Unless you apply it last, like I'm doing right now. The gap in between these two white stripes was a little big, so I'm going to kind of widen the red path here just a little bit. By going a little slower. There we go. How's everybody's evening doing? Y'all ready for the weekend? Got Prac Friday tomorrow? Should be a good weekend, I hope. Okay, so we're going to take this and spiral it up and trim it down. And we got a beautiful little spiral. Hey, Victoria, I'm doing good. I'm peachy keen. Okay, let's kick on the bigger flame for just a little bit. Warm this whole thing up. Get that jet engine sound. Or as I like to refer to it as Raptor engine. It so much looks like the SpaceX Raptor engines. All right, so we're shrinking everything down. This is going to thicken the piece up, make it a little more durable. A little drop resistant. It's not drop proof, but it's definitely drop resistant. Has a good chance of surviving depending on the floor it hits. And here we go. Okay, we got it blown out. So we got the bobble here. We're going to flatten it a little. We're going for that peppermint candy look, so we do have to flatten it a bit. If you want it to look like a peppermint candy, you got to make it look like a peppermint candy. Right? Swirl on a stick. There we go. So now we got the flat surface. We're going to pop a little hole in there. This hole will be covered up pretty much by the hook when we get done. And where's my high spot? I think it's right there. So that little hole will pretty much get covered up. But it's necessary for me to finish this off. Oop, let's bring this out. All right, we're going to attach the punty up front. And this will allow me to finish this off. Again, we're going to punch it in a little bit. There we go. This way you guys can see a little bit of close-up, what happens up front. All right, we're going to twist and spiral this off. A nice little spinny spiral here. And then you can see we almost got it completely flat. We need to flatten it just a tiny bit. Yeah. And then we have the nice little swirl going in. We'll let it sit for a second. Watch the red just kind of morph its way back in. You're going to see it just get darker and darker, especially around that center portion. You're going to start seeing it get a little bit darker here in a second. Hopefully. Don't make a fool out of me. There we go. And then it just gets fully enveloped in, like that. All right, let's put the tiny little hook on. We'll keep it up close for the hook so you guys can see that. I am loving this up-close camera. I am so happy you guys get to see a little more detail. Tell me that's just not satisfying to watch. Check it for dead center. It's all good. And then we take it here. A lot of you don't get to see this pop here. Watch. Off it comes. And there we are. I got to learn to adjust my view with the camera, but yeah. Then we got peppermint swirl. Ooh, I don't remember how much these are. You can check fieryguy.com and Starry Night Glass Etsy and Starry Night Glass Art. I don't think Fiery Guy has them up. I'm not sure. I got to make one more. One more. We're going to make one more and be done with those. Quite a change to see up close. Yeah, well, I'm always trying to step it up. Well, I think the view's better. Nope, that's going to be too narrow. I just like trying to show you different processes and see how how it all works. Yeah, if the peppermints are definitely on Etsy, I believe. So it would be Starry Night Glass Art Etsy. That'll stay in the kiln overnight. It doesn't have to come out. You know, there's no point in taking it out early. Just leave it in all night. It can't hurt it. Yeah, it definitely can't hurt it to leave it in there. We are slowly moving everything onto fieryguy.com. But if you really want to purchase Peppermint Swirl, let us know on fieryguy.com. We can also just add it in. There is an option in there too that says made on live, and we can add that in as well. All right, last Peppermint Swirl. Bring it down. So this little part right here is called pulling a point. It is one of the fundamentals of glassblowing, or this particular part of glassblowing. And what that basically did is create the next blow tube for the next item. So this one right here was created from that. Then we made the next one. And you just rinse and repeat that process all the way down this tube. Need a bigger piece? Use a bigger piece of tubing. Need a small one? Use a small piece. Yeah, Rain, Etsy's been driving me nuts. They've changed so much stuff over the years, and they keep changing their rules, and I don't like what Etsy's become. And they really got greedy with their money. So we've done like a lot of sales on Etsy. So we have to, by Etsy's rules, contribute to the advertising fund. So they charge you for advertising. Etsy. So they advertise Etsy, and they charge you for it separately. It's annoying. I've had it. I'm done with, the process all by itself. And they keep changing the payouts and all that stuff. I'm just tired of it. So yeah, we went to our own. Etsy's good if you are just starting out and you want to get your items on the internet right away. They're really good to at least get some exposure. It's not completely downhill, but the minute you hit a certain sales criteria, they start dinging you with extra fees. It's like the more you do, the more they charge you on fees. Should be the opposite. Okay, one last one here. Well, it's a percentage, but like I said, we hit a certain marker for sales, and they force you. So, like if you are on the internet or you're on a browser and you see Etsy pop up with their ads, the people that are selling on Etsy are paying for those ads, not Etsy itself. They charge everybody a percentage or a piece of that for those ads. You know, if you own a company and you want to advertise, pay your own bill. Don't make everybody else do it. And yeah, the fees have gotten incredibly high. All right, we got 2 more little lines here to go. One more to go. And there we are. We're all good. Yeah, definitely taxes. Yeah, that can't escape the tax thing. Okay, we're going to bring it in a little bit. I'm going to bring it in for this so you guys can see this process. We're going to bring it up right up here. Oop, that flame is dying out. You can see that twisting going on right there. And that's how we get the center peppermint swirl. And then we're left with that. Just this little swirl. And there we go. Okay, so we're going to start melding this in. It's going to be a minute. This is kind of the boring part. Just got to take time reheating it. Okay, we're just about done. Let's get this thing rounded out. Then we got to flatten it. Bring it in for that. I'll bring it in for this portion. See, big bobble. What's up, Daisy girl? So we're going for the peppermint candy look. So like a peppermint candy. Like that. This job cause any health issues? Yep, happiness. It definitely can lead to giggles and happiness, Simon. All right, watch the red. Let's keep an eye on the front. Watch this get more and more red in the front. Look at that color morph. Look at it just blending right in. And almost done. We are making a peppermint swirl. So believe it or not, we have ornament orders in January. We always leave our Christmas ornament line up all year round. Want to order a Christmas pickle? You can order a Christmas pickle. Although pickles sell all year round anyway. People love pickles. Pickles are always sellers. All right, they're gonna punty right up to the front. Gonna tighten this flame up a little bit. Again, we're going to bring it in up close so you guys can see the actual process, how it happens. And there it goes. That's the strawberry shortcake effect. I always say that looks like Strawberry Shortcake's hat. And if you know who Strawberry Shortcake is, you know that looks like Strawberry Shortcake's hat. Tell me it doesn't. Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, I've definitely done glow-in-the-dark pickles. Yep. Guess who's out? Guess who's out and about? Fritz. I don't have time for hobbies, Tony. I am 100% invested in this all the time. I literally don't have time for other hobbies. If I had to pick something, I'd go out in my backyard out on the lake and UFO hunt. I'd look in the sky and wait for UFOs. We live kind of out in the boonies, so I could do that, but that would be my hobby. There we go. All right, we're going to flatten like that. Now you guys get to see the actual hook go on. This part's kind of fun. I always like the finished part because you're so close to being done. Yeah, I might find Bigfoot. I'd be okay with that. All right, there we are. Nice little balanced hook. Ooh, that's crooked as all get it. Okay, we got a little hook on there. Let's get it, make sure it's all nice and even and straight. Man, I've been nailing these right off. I don't have to fix them. Then to remove it, you just tap. Boop, off it comes. Okay, now we have the elusive peppermint swirl. Okay, got that part done. That part I'm happy about. We got those ornaments done. All right, what is on the agenda? We made the butterfly. I want to try the butterfly. I had one more item I wanted to try out. I'll remember later. But in the meantime, we are going to... debating I should put together another kind of funky sculpture, but I don't want to spend too much time doing it. And I got to figure out something to do with that butterfly. Yeah, we could do a flower. Let's do flower. They don't take long. Actually, I've got this color we pulled for the end of the day. We'll use it for the flower. This is the end of the day color. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm right up on the... I'm right up. I forgot about that. There we go. So we made this color earlier today. It is just kind of a light teal, transparent teal. It looks very dense right now, but that is very, very transparent. We'll make the flower out of that. It'll be a one-off color. It'll definitely be a unique one-off. Not a part of the original plan. Let's do it. I even got my flatteners ready. Y'all ready? Here we go. We are rocking. So we're going to make the first petal, which I call the taco petal. And because we now have a new view, we're going to bring it in. If you guys get sick of this view, just tell me. We're going to bring this in and create the taco petal. Like that. Now you can see that little bit of a taco shape to it. It makes it way better for when you start making these flowers. This is going to go very transparent. This might be a really, really unique color. And I don't know what it is to repeat it because we mixed a whole bunch of stuff today, early, and we just pulled it into a new color. This was a lot of the end of the day stuff. Meaning I took a lot of little bits and transformed them into a single color. like little tiny bits, mixed it all together. Because I try to recycle as much of my glass as possible. I love the recycling process. So about every third or fourth pedal, we will bring it in and show you where we're at. I know what I was going to try. We're going to try a beat with something. Told you I'd remember later. All right, for this one, we do have to use this view. We're going to bring it in and look at the color. I told you it'd be very transparent. And it's just going to look cooler and cooler as we go through. It's going to look better and better and better. How do you get it in the rods? You stretch it? Correct. You just stretch it very slow. Just take your time, stretch it, get it to look good. So again, every third or fourth pedal, I will bring it out and show you the process. Mountain Dew. Definitely on the dew. Okay. Let's finish this guy up. So what do y'all think for tomorrow? Should we do a bumblebee or another dragonfly sculpture? What do you think? Bumblebee or dragonfly? I'll let y'all kind of vote. Both? Bumblebee. Yeah, the dragonfly, like I said, it's hard to figure out. If you don't feel like voting now, you can, when the video's finished on YouTube at least, you can go to YouTube and watch or type in the comments for the live stream, bumblebee or dragonfly, because one of the two I want to make tomorrow. I just don't know which one. Yeah, I say I was going to do the bead tonight, but I don't think so. Do I start at certain times? Yep, I sure do. 9:30 in the morning Pacific Standard Time and 5:30 in the evening Pacific Standard Time. Lately, my mornings have been a little crazy. I've had to adjust the morning shift a little, but I'm still going to be keeping that 9:30 time frame. And one more, and I'll show you where we're at. So far, this flower is looking okay. It is looking okay. All right, we're doing good. One more, and I got to show you. I've been skipping this because I'm going down this rabbit hole of more and more petals. Okay, we're going to bring it out to the side. I'm going to show you what we're dealing with. So there is the flower. Hold on, my earbud fell out. There we go. But look at that. Now you can see the transparency going through. Really soft petals going through. Transparent turquoise teal. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. Okay, we're going to get up close and personal on this one. We're going to start applying the petals up close so you guys get a better view. This will be a nice view. What do you think? Leave it up here for a little bit, or you guys want to go back out to full stream? Good night, Laura. Thank you for having me in the stream, or being in the stream. Thank you for being in the stream, damn it. Dyslexia is in full tilt tonight. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking a bumblebee on flower combo. Definitely a bumblebee on flower combo is warranted. Oh, I thought you were heading out, Laura. What's up, Melissa? How are you? Stay. All right, let's get a couple more on. I'll show you where we're at. So there we are. We are in flower mode. Got room for, I think, three more petals. Three to go. Mostly because I'm running out of glass rod. All right, here we go. We're doing good. We got this on lockdown here. We're good. We got this. All right, last petal. We should be good. Yep, one more to go. Okay, we should bring it back out. Here we are. Now we're going to run the little extensions down. Tighten this guy up. Okay, we're good there. Just gonna heat it up a little. Make sure we don't got anything kind of out of whack. And I will show you where we're at. So again, this color is very, very transparent. It's going to be gorgeous on its own merit. It doesn't need silver feeling, doesn't need any of that stuff. I just think it looks really good on its own. Yeah, it definitely doesn't need any other treatment doing it. Okay, we're going to park this in the kiln. All right. I need to, I think, change the oxygen tank. So I can already feel it blowing out. So let me go change that over. I'm going to try and make it back. I'm not 100% positive I can. Depends on how much oxygen I have out there. If I've got 2 tanks, I can make it back. If I'm on my last tank, I got to wait till morning and use it then. So we'll see how it's going. If I don't see you guys later, I'll catch you